So back to trimming here. Alright, so let's see, where are we at here? Yeah, you gotta just kind of bite the bullet and start putting clips where they belong. So, as I said earlier, we are going to start with a kind of, you know, with these wider surrounding clips. Oops, not dragging very easy. There we go. Put it down there. What's this one? I'm not going to have any of her yet. Not going to have any yet of the... Movie magic. Let's see, here we go. These are the two that I wanted. Or the one that I wanted. The one clip. Okay, so... I want this clip and this clip. Now let's see what happens here. That's a little low, so let me turn the volume up a little bit. Okay, there we go. So you see how, you know, this isn't too bad.
If you're coming with me, no, I gotta make a move.
Okay. So now, yeah, you just gotta figure out what's gonna come next, you know? Obviously none of these. I think what I'm gonna do is these sun clips are gonna come last, or at least these dancing ones. So I'm gonna put those, I'm gonna put these two over here for now. Boom. I'm gonna put these like right here. Now you see how she's kind of looking in the looking to the foreground or the background right here. This is kind of like a, you know, you're getting that B-roll, like, oh, like you're coming up on the scene of the area that you're gonna dance into, you know, and you just want to kind of make the audience wonder or guess, like, oh, like what's going on here, like oh, like they're approaching this mountain, like what's gonna happen, you know? And then you start to see, like, oh, like what's the shoe here? It's too early to put the shoe in there, as you can tell, because we still got to get her walking up the road. Still got to get this. We got to get that and that. These clips will all kind of happen seamlessly, strung together. But I thought about maybe this is going to be, like I said, I'm going to do north, south, west, and then east. So right now what you're looking at, this is north, facing north. Let's see, so those are the ones that I'm adding later. You know, this clip right here. And you know, just to get something clear, guys, like the old way of doing a shuffle video, to do like an old shuffle music video from my experiences, you would just do one video and it would just be this entire like one shot, one take. Now, if you want to make it more immersive, more interactive, more depth, you want to add more clips. Now, yes, that takes more time, you know, more B-roll, more angles, more, you know, like immersiveness, like I was saying. You go the extra mile, and you're going to get more appreciation for the post, and you're going to get more respect, and it's just going to look, it's going to tie it all together, it's going to look cool. So I think this is appropriate to add this clip next. Because she's not really dancing, but it's like, you know, we're just complimenting the walk on the way up to, you know, the mountain. It's kind of like sometimes, kind of like that movie Shutter Island, or movies that start from the beginning, or they show the beginning, or excuse me, they show the ending first sometimes, then they start with that, and you get to the ending and you're like, oh wait, this is kind of the beginning. Kind of want to show, like, sure, we're walking up to the mountain, here's a video of her, kind of scoping the area out, at the final destination. And then, like, oh, okay, here's her kind of warming up, And you hear that do that beep. You want to try and use the clips to your advantage, or use in the sense of going to the music, to the different. Here's the music here. You'll have different ramp ups and ramp downs and different bars, and if you can try and cut it and make it switch to a different clip, that also gives it more of like a kind of immersive feeling, like going to the beat, not only with the dancer, but you're going to the beat of the edit also, which is really, really something unique that I figured out. And you see it in movies, you see it in dance movies. Fantasia, if you've ever watched Fantasia, every single move goes to the beat of the song, but every animation, every step that they show, every frame goes to each sound of the song. You can really only understand it if you see it. I highly suggest you looking that movie up, but so let's play it again. So like right here, maybe I cut this clip and transition it to another clip, or it kind of transitioned on its own because she stopped and she spun the other way. You see? Now I like how she takes a bow here. I want to use that. In my head, I'm like, is this clip too long though? This is what, 25? That's about 15 seconds long, so let's see what she does. She's still kind of going to the beat. That actually, see how that matched up perfectly? I didn't even do anything. This happens quite often when I make videos. We'll watch it one more time. And right here. Boom. She spins the other way. Does the bow. Okay, now I'm gonna shorten up that last part. So bow. So probably about right here. Probably about right. Yeah, see, she kind of stops. So probably right there. That looks good to me. See how her hand is kind of in the bowed position? Yeah, a lot of fine tuning to this, I'll tell you what. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Now let's skip ahead a little bit. See where the music's at.
I'm hoping that you'll be there, hoping that you feel it too.
Now, one more thing to note. Since this is the longer version, I can use as many of these clips as I want, so I don't have to be selective. Everything's already here, I just have to, I can just post it. I can post as much as I want to, because there's no copyright on YouTube. There is, but this song, you'll be able to post it and get away with it. There's not going to be any like slap on the wrist. Versus, if we're talking algorithmically wise, algorithmic wise, if you were to post this on Instagram, you're only going to get 1:30, a minute 30 max to post this, and in the database of Instagram, songs do not go past 1 minute 30, which is a giant pain in the butt. TikTok has gone well past this, up to 3 to 10 minutes, I've noticed. Definitely 3 minutes. So it's like, I don't know why Instagram is taking their sweet time, because I'm pretty sure they know they've had requests for people to, get longer songs in the database, or to extend the time, because it's ridiculous, especially for us dancers that, want to be able to post a whole song to 2-3 minutes plus. But anyways, what do we got here? So now we're gonna get her. See how she? I think does she look? Let's see. And also, if you ever need to get your clip back, you can also stretch it. So whatever you used before, or you're like, if you miss something, you can stretch it and get it, just pull it back. Okay, so I'm going to Control Z that, because I don't need that. But I know the next clip that I want to use next, and it's going to be some of this stuff right here. Because you can see we're starting to run out of clips. It's time to, start piecing things together. So I think, not the shoe one. We're not quite there yet. This one's good, but we'll grab all of these. We're gonna go like this all the way. Let's see where we're at here.
I know I gotta go. I know I gotta see this through.
Oof. You see how it said, I gotta see this through? Look how she walks up to the camera. She's seeing us. We're seeing her.
Hoping that you'll be there. Hoping that you feel it too.
Okay. Nice, easy, steady movement. Panning up. You can see the detail of the Vans, the Converse. Middle of the road. Another perspective. You could have her walking on the left side. But middle just looks best for this option. Relaxed hand, scratch on the neck. She knows how to perform. Now, yes, you did see my shadow there, but we're gonna leave it there for now. A smooth U type transition going on. And that was kind of cool how I just kind of panned off into the sky. Okay, so I do like that. There's a lot of right here though, it drops. So I think what we're gonna do, you can do this. You can put clips in between other clips and still have her walking up too. Because look how long this drop is. This is like from here to here. This is like a minute 20 plus. So this is the great thing about YouTube, is there is no limit. You're not going to get slapped. You're not going to get copyright. You could still post this entire thing on Instagram, like past 1 minute 30. But it just, and you could post it horizontal too. And then people would just have to rotate their screens, which Some people do that. Some people will not bend the knee to the vertical subjectification of modernization of vertical screen watching on Instagram. I will say though, it does look good. Like it looks crisp when we keyframe, and I'll show you how to do that in the future here, when we probably the next video or in the same one. How to turn the sequence into a vertical video, and we'll track her with keyframes. Keep her in the center, because when you keep them in the center, that's how you get that look on Instagram. So, moving on. What we're going to do is we're going to find our first clip. Remember, I said we're going to go north first. Where's north? Nope. Now, since she is dancing, we do want to get the shoe tie before she starts dancing. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put that right there. We're going to leave that clip there, because you can't have her dancing, right, and then tying her shoe. That doesn't make sense. So we're going to drag this over here. Now it's up to you. If you want to get her hitting that first shuffle, that first beat, which is right here, I highly recommend that, because it just looks better. It ties everything together. So what we can do is we can move a clip around, or we can shorten them. I think all this looks so good that I think what we're gonna do. Let's see, so she goes like that. Let's see here. I'll show you this. Just bear with me here. So, and you see my shadows popping up right there? Let's see, what do we do here? Was it this one? Oh, it's that other clip. Okay. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do, because I don't like the shadow, I don't want people to know that I exist. You don't want to break that fourth wall, per se. You want to make this look like it's, like, whoa, like it's a professional dance video, Boom, boom, boom. So, where is the shoe? Yeah, this is the shoe. And obviously, yeah, if you stretch this up enough right here, right, you'll be able to see bigger pictures, so you can see what clip you want to do next, and it just helps everything go much faster. So let's check this out. So we're going to shorten this, because that shoe tying scene does not need to be that long. So, and then boom, look how that worked. Now, again, there's many different ways to interpret and extrapolate and do all the different things. You could hit the beat, and the beat could be a different clip. Like, it could be walking, or it could be shuffling. It could be anything. You could manipulate it however you want. Like, you see how it's still going along with the song, the magic of it, the walking, like the sun in the back. I made sure to capture her face there with the sun directly behind her body to give it that cool, like, look. Okay, so however, I think what we're gonna do this case, I probably will end up using almost the entire song, is I want to use the, you know, we want to dance on the beat, you know, we want to build up some, hype, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna grab this clip right here, the north, or the, the north clip. Where the heck did it go? Here we go. Here it is. We're gonna put this on top for right now. We're gonna drag this over. We're gonna bring this down. Oops. So we're gonna come back right here. Now look at that. Because I trimmed it precisely, you know, because she's in a shuffle flow right now. Just watch. Watch her feet. Now, let's say right when she does this part, maybe I want to do something like this, like where her arm, boom. I see right there. We're going to do an effect. We are going to do an effect. We're going to do a slow motion. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and we're going to do, let's see if it has, this is position. So there's not really, there's slow motion, but what you got to do is you got to cut it first. So cut tool, C, like letter C on the keyboard. Go back to the mouse. Now you want to right click, speed duration. Let's do like 50% just to see what's up. Now there's, once you have that set, what is this? Ripple edit shift trailing. I don't know if we want that or not. Now if you hit this right here, optical flow, or you can do frame blending. Let's just see what it looks like without it. There's just different options with this newer update that they did for 2023, 2024. Let's see what happens when we hit OK. So you see how it extended the clip because it's longer now? So it's slowed down. So let's watch her arm. Now you see that, how that worked? That is what you want, my friends. It just makes it pull you in more, like, whoa, like that part was so cool, like how it slowed down. So watch again. And then, you know, so boom, boom, boom. Let's see if I want to keep any more than that though. Let me see. That's okay. I'll accept that entire clip. Now, yeah, it looks pretty good. You didn't see. Sometimes you see this blur. But there's nothing around her arm right here. It looks pretty darn good. There's something called optical flow in blending that makes it flow even more seamlessly. I'm not gonna mess with that right now because it looks good enough to me. And you know, I've already talked a lot, and this is going to be a long one. But hey, you guys want this content, so I'm going to give it to you. So let's see. Let's go back to the now you see where it kicks it up a notch when it comes to that is like that is like the shuffle part. That is where you want to catch her shuffling or dancing in the highest, like the highest octave, or the most climax part of the song, because that's just how you do it, plain and simple. It's the most exciting, appealing part. So you can still have other B-roll shots playing while it's like in this sort of mid-tempo, you know what I'm saying? This build-up. See this little dip right here, right? Boom, right there, you know, in the audio, in the green. So right here, about, we'll add another shuffle clip, but so I think what we're gonna do, this is actually perfect the way it's working out. Like, I like how the sun is right there, and her hand is on her forehead, like, you know, blocking the sun out, but looking out into the distance. Sometimes, guys, I tell you, when I make these edits, it truly is magic. The way everything works out perfectly, to the cuts, to the transitions. It's almost like if it was made to be that way. So we're going to drag this out here for now. Now we're going to add another clip. So we did north. And guess what's coming? Look at this. See this little gap that's going to be filled in the beginning until the sun rises? Watch. See how she's already... Now, we're not going to use all of these clips, by the way. It's just going to be, you know, segments. The longest clip will be the last one in the sun, where she's actually dancing, because the name of the song is, you know, Till the Sun Comes Up by Rufus Du Sol. You know. So we're going to come over here. Again, if you want to move around quicker, click on top right here to get your this is like the play bar, they call it. Alright, so we're going to, this is a little long, so we're going to move this up here, move this over. There's this clip right here. So this clip will be next. So obviously we're not going to get this part because that's unnatural. I want to get it till she's right there. So about right here. Ripple delete. Oops. Okay, hang on a sec. So this clip is in the way, so we're going to move this over. We're going to move this over. So we want to get some of her dancing now. Make it full screen. Like, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. So let's, I want to check something out real quick. So this is that climax part. Yeah, it does. It dips. Okay, no, yeah. So we're still on track. We're good. So now, look how many clips we have left. We're almost done. We are almost done. I definitely want to add this in. If we get to this point, I may add this in right here, because look at the effect it would have. See this? Like, if I were to slow this down, it would look really, really good. But, you know, there's many different ways to do things. Remember that. So it's up to you, really. Now, you can use clips to kill time. You know, that's why I always say record more than you need. So don't be afraid to film extra angles, front, left, you know, top down views if you can get above the subject. I think I'm gonna add this because we still have a lot to play with. Again, to play with, you know, you want to try and use what you have. And if you can make a long video, you might as well do it. You might as well make a well executed edit, you know, like just go for it. According to whatever app you're using, though, you know. So let's see where we're at now. So we're going to move this down. Now, another thing, guys, this is just basic Adobe kind of 101. I know you don't know some of the, like, maybe what seems more advanced, clicking around and this and that, but this is just basically trimming the clips and putting them together like a puzzle piece. That's all you're doing. Okay. But it does take, like this takes time. This took me years to understand that some of the stuff I've already explained to you guys, like filling in the gaps, kind of either sometimes you waste time with a clip to make room for a clip after that because that clip drops perfectly or it hits perfectly, but you can't put that other clip earlier in the song because the song doesn't match up to it. You understand? So that sometimes you have to have like extra B-roll footage or more filler footage or less footage depending on when the drop is, when the hype moments are, when the down moments are. Okay, so this is kind of a long clip right here too I want to add, and not to take away from the big clip at the end, the sun clip. This could be shorter. I could shorten it, but it's such a good background too, and this is actually lit up by the sun. And it matches up yet again. Matches up to the beat perfectly. I have not had to move. I have not had to move the song. I have not. Sometimes you can, again, what was the word I used earlier? Manipulate. Sometimes you can manipulate the footage by moving it faster or even slower to maybe a drop is coming, and you know, sometimes people do a stutter step in their shuffling where they're getting ready to shuffle, right? And then maybe you slow that down, and then right on the drop you would cut it, and then you would play it back at normal speed, and then it would be perfectly caught up and aligned to the song. So there's so many different ways that you can manipulate this edit to make it fit, make it look like, you know, a real piece of art. But that's the cool thing, is everyone is different. Everyone has a different perspective on how they're going to edit this. But this is the way that I have learned building a story from beginning to end, and it's all part of the process. So let's continue. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use this as a side. And then right here. Now you see how it was like a little kind of slow. Let's move this over a little bit. Not slow, but it took a second. You know, maybe you want to start it panning in already. Like watch. You know? And don't worry, yes, it is a little dark. I might try and brighten it up a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it because the other parts are what's going to make the edit really shine. And people know that, yes, there is a mountain in the way, so yeah, we are shaded right now, and that's okay, you know. So we're gonna cut it a little bit. So that's pretty good. We don't need that part going out. We just need this part, like, boom. Right when the hand goes down is right when you should switch, cut, or edit the clip. And I'm going to actually back this up a little bit. So like right here. And what's nice is when it's done, it sets the playhead right here, so you can instantly, after you do like ripple delete, you just hit play, spacebar. Perfect. You see how that zooms in? Watch, let's go like this. 3, 2. Boom, the hand falls perfectly. And then after that, so we're still in a drop. This is where all of the like B-roll footage and build-up footage is. We still have all this gap to play with for the, you know, the final clips, which are coming up very soon. So now we need to get the where is it here? We need to get this clip next. I almost forgot about it. We need to get the West clip. Now this is a technique that you can use for film, for your shuffling. You can get a clip facing north, south, east, west, and it will add more like visual appearance and just more of just different angles. Period. You know, like you want to make a music video. If you don't care about just doing one run, you want to make it more immersive. Well then, you know, do more angles, film more angles of yourself. So let's ripple delete and see what we get from this. Now look at this. This was a kind of cool effect that I did. Sometimes you have automatic in-film effects that don't require any like special effects. So watch. I made it full screen, and watch. I go around this concrete. We're gonna shorten this. We are gonna shorten this. Okay, it's too long to explain, so we're gonna just cut. We're gonna get right to the chase. Okay, so right there. You see how I even came down from this corner? People are like, what the heck is that, you know? So we're gonna go like this. And I'm gonna cut it a little more because there's a little bit of a pause. This is what it takes. So boom, see how it comes down just like a movie, just perfect, like a perfect pan down. When you pan, a pan is when you pan down, when you're just doing like a side scroll, up or down, left, right. Okay, these are like terms in the film business that you need to learn. Panning, P-A-N-N-I-N-G. You can look it up. Okay, so here we go. Go around. Boom! She's already dancing. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect view. You got this. You got the roof like coming through the middle of the screen, but it gives it like that kind of obscure, kind of, you know, rule of thirds. If you don't know what rule of thirds is, but it makes it look. You just abstract in a way that it just makes the art look cool. So you see how her hips are shaking like that? Oh yeah, notice the person in the background too. There is a bunch of walkers, as you can see. This is a whole path that goes around the mountain. But let's go back a few frames. So watch her hips, how they go to the music. This is something you want to pay attention to. Because like, yeah, while you're making the edit, you may get lucky enough that the entire thing just happens to flow with the dancer. And sometimes there are parts of a song that match up perfectly that you may want, and that's why it's a good idea when you do play the song, if you want to do it professionally, correctly, and it makes your life a whole heck of a lot easier, is to start with the very beginning of the song. But each of these clips that she was dancing to, it was on a drop, but you know, there was like 3 or 4 drops, you know? So, but they're all relatively the same is what I'm getting at. But just watch and you'll see, like watch her hips. Boom, 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 boom. And then look at that. Right at the end of that 8 count, she turns around and looks right at us with a very stern look, I might add. Very, very serious. She's in character as well. You know, you need to make sure your subject is getting into character, okay? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now her footsteps are still on beat, but the song is still playing, but it's in a breakdown now, or in a kind of a cool down or a down tempo, but she is still shuffling. So I'll show you a trick you can do. Okay, what we're gonna do now, this is what I mean by manipulating the footage. You want to fill this entire gap, and you're like, shoot, how am I going to do that? I'm out of clips. All I have is, I have these 2 clips left. Like, what am I going to do? Remember what I told you, you can speed and slow things down. So sometimes, what you can do is you can slow it down. Watch. Ooh, that just looks so good. Let's watch that one more time. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, just the intro. Boom. You see how it was blurry? Let's go back a few clips. I want you guys to see what I see, because you're never going to learn this stuff. You're going to learn, but you're going to learn through years and years of experience what I'm giving you in literally two hours. So you see how it was, the camera is focused on the brick, and it comes around. Yes, there's the speaker, that's fine. It comes around, you see how it's blurry? Then it focuses on Michelle. Watch right here. Boom, that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. Smooth transition, smooth forward push. There's things called pushing. It's pushing forward and then like pushing backwards as well. Totally in frame also. You have a good gap above the subject, a good gap below the subject, left and right as well. This is why you always want to film, at least from my experience, it's good to film in horizontal, and then if you do want to come back and edit vertical, you can do that later, but you need to make sure you leave space on all sides. The benefit of filming in horizontal versus vertical, at least for this scenario, is when you film vertical, you only have, if you watch my mouse, you have one wall right here and one wall right here. Now it makes for quicker editing because it's already vertical and ready to go. But, if you're not going the YouTube route, you're just going vertical, sure, you could flip your gimbal if it has that option to go vertical, like my DJI Ronin SC does. It can do that, but you have to worry about keeping the subject in the frame. So imagine it's like literally like right here and right here. If I could draw 2 lines, I would, but I don't really want to mess anything up right now. So then you're busy worrying what the subject is going to do. And if they go out of frame, well then guess what? You have to refilm. You have to reshoot that scene. So once you learn how to film horizontally, and then you can zoom in, you can use keyframes, that will be the best option. So if you tell your subject, hey, we're going to film vertical, so you have to make sure you stay inside the frame. Usually you would say like, hey, stay inside this line of this sidewalk right here. Do not go left and right out of this vertical, of this space right here. Okay. So, that being said, we're gonna do a little trick I told you guys. So yeah, I know I'm all over, but you know what? This is what you get. This is how it goes. So right here, so you see how she's dancing? So we're gonna cut it right here. It's a perfect pause. We're gonna C for cut. We're not cutting the volume. We're gonna cut the clip, and we're gonna slow it down. All the way to right here, okay? Boom, and you see how it starts picking up again? But it's not quite a drop. It's like a, it's not the bass drum. It's not the bass kick. So right here. That will do. So cut the blue clip, not the green clip. Now, you're going to right click. You're going to go to speed duration. And let's do 70%. And let's click OK. And you can see 70% pops up here, so you can see. So let's hit play. Now you see the effect this is giving on this slow. It makes it slow, it makes it dramatic. Okay. And look at that. Boom. Right there. That was almost perfect. I tell you, these guys know what they're doing. Let's go back and count once. Watch. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it went on a even count, if you will, you know. So that was two and a half 8 counts worth, and then it goes back to her shuffling, right? Now you can do this if you want. Boom, boom. As long as her footsteps, her arms, whatever is still hitting the beat, that's totally okay. Boom, boom, boom. See? Told her at this point, turn around and face me. Okay, so that part right there, that spin, we're gonna do something cool there. So right when she spins, we're gonna add a slow motion effect. So hit C for cut. And right when it ends, we can go like that. You'll cut again, right? Scoot this out so we have room to play. We're still on cut, so we're gonna hit V. Now I'm actually gonna copy this clip. I'm gonna show you something cool. I'm gonna show you a effect that I learned a long time ago. And what you're gonna do, we're actually gonna lock this. Because sometimes we're going to post the clip, but sometimes it like acts funny in Adobe, so I post the extra clip above. Oops, I don't know why it's saying ripple delete. We don't need to ripple delete anything. Oh, it's because there's 2 clips up there. Okay, well, okay, let's go to the next one up. Okay, what is going? Okay, let's select V3 about that. Okay, I won't let that. Okay, so what we're going to do instead, it won't do copy paste. So what we're going to do, we're going to do Control V, and where did that go? Let's see. Oh, okay, so sometimes when you're zoomed out, right, the clip is so small that you have to zoom in, you have to stretch to see it. And I don't know why, don't ask me why. Like I right clicked up here and up here too, even when like clicking like V3, V2. The copy option didn't pop up. So I did Control V, and that seems to work, and that's my method of doing that. If you were to do it down here, I'll show you what happens. Let's see if it does it. Let's do Control V. Okay, so I guess it does do it, but one time I did it and it like deleted the clip or something, or deleted a clip that was forward. So let's do it one more time here. What is this? See, what's this right here? Okay, that's the end of that clip. Okay, well, it looks like it worked this time, but just know, if you ever paste the clip down here and it like deletes, it'll usually put it, looks like in front of that next clip. What you want to do is you can lock this, just so it doesn't do anything. You can go up, and as long as, you know, doesn't matter if you have clips up here or not, but you just go to the next slot up and then hit Control V, and it'll post that clip up there if you have any problems. Like I said, I don't know everything, but I know a good deal. I know enough to get by. So, okay, so we're going to unlock this, okay, and it's just so you won't delete anything. We're going to unlock that. So we do have the clip right here, so I guess, you know, I'm going to delete this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a cool transition. We're going to drag this up top, and we're going to leave the bottom one. We're going to leave the bottom one full speed. The top one we're going to slow down. So we're going to go to speed, and we're going to do 50%. Now you see how it did that. Okay, now you saw her. We're going to drag it up a couple of frames like that. Now you're like, okay, well, what next? We're going to go over here to opacity. Opacity is basically, see that effect there? It's like the full exposure of the clip. So like, see how you can, basically it's lightening and darkening. Okay. Excuse me, I don't know the full definition, but that's like the opacity of it. Okay. So you can make that go brighter and darker. So what I'm going to do is when you make it, if you dampen it just a little bit like that, let's go to like 94. Look what happens. It makes it, you see how you can, it's not low enough where you can see the other clip, but when you go lower, you see how the other clip of her pops up? So let's leave it at like 50. Let's see what happens. And if it's too hard for you to do that, click and then hit 50, enter. Now let's see what happens when we play this. Watch. Full screen. Oops. Okay, let's go back. That was a little too fast. Sometimes too, when you have it really zoomed in like this, really shrunk, it's gonna play fast. So watch the playhead. That's way too fast. So you need to zoom out. You need to back up. Start back here. Hit play. Okay, that's still kind of too fast, so we need to stretch it out again. Let's go back here. Let's let it play. So she's gonna do the spin. Now, that's not perfect, but we're going to clean it up now. Okay, so check it out. So that's just it's too messy. And you want to know why it's too messy. It's because we scooted this up way too far. This top clip only needs to be moved forward just a little bit, like just a touch. Now you see how that magnet, it's kind of giving me problems. You can zoom all the way in if it gives you problems, or see, now you tend to lose your place because it's too zoomed in. You want to undo this magnet, and it lets you again freely grab it. So we want to be like right here. I'm not even kidding. You don't even have to be that far ahead. So let's see what it looks like now. We're gonna unzoom. Now, didn't that look a lot better than the last one? The answer is yes, it did. And you see how it even ended like smoothly too. Now, just for all time's sake, I'm gonna put that clip there. What was this? Oh, there's an extra clip. This clip's just been hanging here the whole time. Okay, does it go anywhere? What's over here? Oh, that was the other half of the clip. Okay, my bad. See, this is why you need to pay attention. So let's watch one more time. Boom. That was perfect. And the reason why you do that is because you want it to trail. You want it to trail her like immediately. Just watch. Boom. You know, that looks good. So let's go here. Boom. Perfect. So yeah, it gets dark. I know, like because this clip cuts out. But that's why we're going to. What you want to do is you want to drag this one back to here. Oh, now you see, I was wondering why that was going on. You have to make sure you click the snap tool or the magnet. Now drag this back, ripple delete this other clip, and then it continues on. Watch. So we're going to start right here. Now you see how it kind of like glitched out? That's kind of poor. So what we're going to do, what you're going to do is you can fade this clip. We're going to fade this top clip out. So what you do next is we do use some keyframes here, okay? So you want to go up here, right here, and you want to click this clock, okay? So we're going to click it, and it activates it. It toggles the animation. See how it says toggle animation? You hit that, hit spacebar, and it dropped a keyframe here. This is how it works. And now, okay, that was a little too fast. We're going to end it right here. Maybe even like right there. And we're going to go like this. Oops, hang on, let me go back. It's not activating, so it's because it's off the clip. So we want to put it right. We want to put it like right here. Okay, see, that magnet is bugging me again. So you want to be able to move freely. Well, see, I don't know why it's. What is this? Let's see if this lets me go. Okay, so that, I don't know what that quite. I've never messed with that yet, but it's being very like, it's only giving me two options. So let's just say I go right here. I'm gonna click this again. Besides, don't worry about this. I never use this. I was just clicking that to see if it would stop giving me only two options, because I'm trying to move it wherever I want right now, but it's being very difficult. So you see how the keyframe is here, and you want to grab this. You want to go down. Now you see how another keyframe just popped up right here, and you want to drag this all the way down, and you see how that clip fades out. So watch. We're going to zoom out. Oh goodness. Okay. So that's how you would do that. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. So we're actually going to get rid of this clip. This is the same clip right here. I'm just going to drag it, and we're going to see what happens. You watch. And we're going to raise this clip. Oh, you know what? Let's see. So this is why you need to pay attention. Some of you probably caught that. So we need this top clip to fade out. So we're going to do start a keyframe, and we're going to go right there. That's probably why that wasn't working earlier. So we're going to fade it out. And now this clip is the one that should be back to 100%. But let's see how that works here. Watch, I might have to mess with it. See how it does that? We don't want that. We want it to fade out. So I don't know why it's not doing that. So where is the so we need to hit now at this keyframe right here. It needs to be 0. There we go. So you see how that disappeared? So watch. Let's see if it works now. What the? Okay, hang on a second. See, sometimes you're gonna run into problems. So we're gonna go Control Z. Okay, so it's because the initial capacity. I was gonna say the initial opacity was already at 50. So we just need to put a keyframe like basically. I see. So let's get rid of this keyframe. You can right click, you can just cut it, and we're gonna do keyframe right here, and then another keyframe. Oops. Oh goodness. See, sometimes Adobe kind of bugs out. Look at that. It put us way over here. Okay. So we're gonna go right here. And okay, it lets us do another keyframe right there. But okay, see, it has me on this clip again. We're working on this clip. That's why you need to really pay attention. And you need to understand something too. If you're not, you see how it's on the bottom clip? Wherever the playhead is, it's going to hit that clip. So right there, now it pops up on the other one. Now we're going to take the, well, actually, no, it's not. Okay, so this is why it's good to zoom in sometimes like this. See how much we have left to go right there? Look at that. So usually we're gonna settle for right here since it's being kind of picky, and we're gonna go down to, for this clip that is, and we're gonna go down to 50. So watch. So you see, I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna move it manually like this.